Hello you guys, it is Black Anime here with another Black Anime review. Now I want to do more reviews for this channel. I've been slacking with them, they've been kind of not happening, so I want to give you more reviews, so we're going to give you one today. Today I'm reviewing an anime that has lots of praise when it comes to reviewers. An anime that is not popular at all when it should be. An anime that even me, when it first started coming out, I saw it on Toonami and I didn't want to give it a chance. But then older me was like, let's check it out. And I watched episode 1 yesterday and now I am caught up. Not caught up, the anime's over. So I'm finished the anime. An anime that reminds me a lot of Death Note, but in my personal opinion, isn't as bad as Death Note. Today, guys, we are reviewing Season 1 of the anime Darker Than Black. Let's do this.
Now I've lost it. I know I can kill. The truth exists beyond the gates.
Okay, guys, first, let's talk about the story. The story follows main character, Hei, an assassin. He is known as a contractor. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what the hell is a contractor? A contractor is a human that was given powers, I guess is what you can call them. And there's hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of them around on the earth who have these powers, and they range from stuff as small as being able to control magnets to all the way up to making someone's insides vibrate. Like, there's a power for anything, but the twist is, and this twist is really unique, and it just personally spoke to me in a really good way, because you have all these overpowered people. But the twist is, a contractor, to use their ability, has to meet their end of the bargain. And each ability has some weird bargain. For example, there's this person who could make anything vibrate. As big as a building, a skyscraper, or as small as a human heart. This person can make anything vibrate, right? But after using their ability, they have to eat cigarettes and make themselves throw it back up. Another one is, there's this person who can control compressed air, right? You can compress air and then launch it at people, or just compress it around someone to make them suffocate or something. But the consequence they have to face is they have to eat a dandelion every time. There's another guy who could teleport, but every time he does that, he has to line rocks up 10 by 10 in rows of 10 by 10. Like, there's a consequence for every power, and super weird, right? It's just, they're super random, but I love them because some of them are goofy, but some of them mean something personal, and then some are just funny, you know, and it just helps with the story. I think you don't have all these OP people being able to use their powers as much as possible. This limits them, and I like that because it still makes you realize that they can be defeated by someone. But moving on with the story, he is a loner. He has nothing to live for. He is just doing his job, making money, and living the average life as an assassin. He works with others, such as Hugon, Mao, and the last girl, what's her name? Yin. They all work together in a group to either take down people as small as androids, so just a robot human, or take down actual other contractors who are in the way of their job. They work for a group that I'm not going to go into yet because it's a spoiler. You guys need to learn that part on yourselves if you watch the show. Now, I can't explain a lot of the story because it will spoil some things, but let's jump on to characters. We have Hei, like I said. He is a mystery. I can't tell you about him because lots of this stuff you don't learn until towards the end of the first season, and it's spoiler. Okay, it's one thing to learn in episode 1, but spoiler. He's really good at faking happiness. He's really good at acting normal. His contractor ability, which you learn later on, is electricity. You learn later on in episode 1, is electricity. He is just kind of minds his own business in the shadows, tries to avoid making friendships because he doesn't want to have something that he can lose, something that he has to worry about every time he's out there fighting. Then we have the leader of the group, Yugen. He seems like a hard ass, but deep down inside he's just a nice guy. Sometimes he's irrational, sometimes he makes dumb decisions, but that's because he's not a contractor. He's just kind of like the middleman between Hei and the higher ups. You don't learn much about him until the end also, which is sad, because I want to tell you more about him. Then there's Kirihara Misaki. She is a officer, works in a special unit that focuses on capturing or killing contractors who and the hardest part about contractors, tracking them down, is you can't, unless they use their ability, you won't know a contractor from an average everyday Joe. But she is one of those powerful women, she understands her rights. She will do anything she can for justice. She's a basic cop, but at the same time she'll do anything that doesn't. So if she senses corruption, she will not help that corruption grow. She will figure out what's corrupted. Then we have Mao. Like I said, there's a big character list in this, but they're all very important, so I'm going to try to go through them. Then we have Mao, another contractor who works in the same group as Hei. He was a human. He has the ability to jump into animals' bodies. One day, I'm not going to tell you how, but because you don't learn that until season 2. But one day he transferred his body into a cat, into a cat, and lost his body. So he is stuck in the cat's body, and it's funny, but he's kind of stuck. The cat's body is his main body, but he can jump between other animals. He's smart. He thinks on his toes, but he's not like a lot of the other contractors for some reason. All the other contractors think logically and whatnot, but he's kind of goofy. He's kind of like the comic relief of this show, is what I would say. Then we have Yin. Yin's one of those androids I told you about. Most of them don't talk. Most of them really... They seem like just extremely depressed human beings, is what these androids are. They don't talk, they don't have facial expressions, they don't feel emotions whatsoever, but for some reason she's slowly starting to break out of that android state and becoming normal, if that makes sense. And that's why they have hers, because she's not like the other ones. Moving on. Sorry that took so long to explain the character, so I'll try to pick this up. Sound and animation. For an anime that came out almost 10 years ago, it came out 9 years ago. In a couple of months it will be 10. But for an anime that's old, the animation isn't that bad. I would say it's a little bit above average. And there's some scenes where it's definitely lacking, but the action scenes are phenomenal, especially for that time. I'd almost compare it to some animes that came out, last year or the year before that. Then we have the sound. The intro and the outro, I love them for both seasons. Now this is specifically about season 1, so I'll keep it that way. But season 1's intro and outro. The outro's beautiful. The intro's just awesome. Now I'm a bigger fan of the outro. I'm definitely going to download the outro onto my phone so I can listen to it all the time. But other than that, the sound in the middle's average. Moving on to the good and the bad, because no matter how good an anime is, no matter how bad an anime is, there's always something good, there's always something bad. Let's talk about the good stuff first, though. Let's get ourselves hyped. The good is those action scenes. They're done extremely right. Even though there's some people who have overpowered, abilities, they still have to deal with their contract, which is random things they have to do to use their abilities, which makes it a lot more interesting and not so one-sided. Depending on your ability, it could really affect you. Like, if you have a water ability and you're going up against the main character, hey, you might not want to use that ability. If you have the ability to, fly, but you're a contractor, so you don't know how long you'll be up there, you might not want to go too high up. So the whole thing is kind of a scientifical battle, and I like it because it's brought down to a science, even though it's sci-fi kind of feeling. You got these powers, but it's not like magma could match up against air or some shit, or ice can match up against magma. It's realistic. If someone has ice and they're going up against magma, it's gonna lose. If someone has water and they're going up against electricity, they're gonna lose. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's very realistic, and that's what I like about it. It's realistic, but it's fake at the same time. The characters. I love the characters in this show. They all do... I know this isn't live action, but they all do their part like it is. Like, it's done so well. You have the angry guy, you have the guy who just keeps to himself, you have the comedy relief, and then you have the quiet girl. And it's done so right the way they do it. Like, it's just amazing. Another really good thing that I have to say is the animation during the action scenes. Now, the action scenes I talked about already. The fight scenes, they're done well, and the reason I like them is because they're done to a science. And then the animation during those scenes, it's like they're on par with animation from, like I said, last year or the year before that. It's really good animation. And yeah, that's all the good. Let's talk about the bad, because like I said, no matter how good anime is, there's always a bad. The bad for this anime happens to be that it was extremely short. We don't know how long these guys were. Like, at the end of the anime, you never figure out how long that group became a group. It's not like you're jumping into this anime right when they become a group at the beginning. No, we don't know how long this guy's been doing this. We don't know how long this person's been doing that. Like, how short this anime is really bugs me. Like, there is several seasons. Like I said, I finished season 2. I can't wait to get started on season 3. Or, like, it's like this OVA, I guess you could say, between season 1 and season 2. But that kind of proves my point even more, that they just kind of skip a lot of stuff that I want to know, and I imagine lots of other people want to know. Another problem, which isn't necessarily this anime's fault, is that I would have liked to hear about it sooner, if that makes sense. It's quiet. The fans for this anime are just non-existent, or they're just super quiet about it, when realistically it's an amazing anime. I wish I would have heard more about it sooner so I could get the word out about it sooner. Okay, now time for the review. Like you guys know how my reviews go. It goes terrible, very bad, bad, below average, average, above average, good, very good, amazing, and then masterpiece. This anime is definitely a high, very good for me. Oh wait, no, it's a high good. So it's above, it's a high good, you guys. I want to give it a very good, but I just feel that, like I said, the age of it and everything, if I would have saw this as a kid, or I would have completed it, I've been more interested in anime as a kid, that review might have been different. But honestly, this is what's going to be. The way it's going to end, I don't know. Like I said, season 2 is only 12 episodes, not nearly as much as season 1. It's like half of season 1. And the way season 2's going, I like it, but it's kind of the same as season 1. So let's just see what happened. Check out season 2 review. This is just season 1 review. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're looking for something similar to this anime, I would suggest the animes Death Note and Desert Punk. And that's it. That's all. Durarara, Desert Punk, and Death Note, I would suggest for these anime. Desert Punk's kind of a comedy, but it has the same feel as like Assassins. So, please, you guys, check this out. Check those animes out. Thanks for watching this review. Comment below. Tell me what you think. If you haven't seen Death Note, I highly suggest to watch it. And after you watch it, feel free to comment below. Tell me what you think about it. Thank you for watching Black Anime.